they'll be calling you a radical, Havana syndrome. So 60 Minutes did a great piece last night in this young woman right there next to the White House. I've stood right in front of that, right exact her spot so many times. This happened to me, I'm telling you, and I reported it in real time. I'll never forget it. It happened in 2016. I'd been at the Bernie Sanders rally that day and at the Trump. I made Fox News here local that day, and I remember I was like, the fuck? It was the day Weber State was in the tournament. I remember I've never felt anything like it in my life. And my symptoms were exactly what she has explained. She started to cry. And I reported it. I reported it to everyone and everywhere. And I mean, it just, boom. I'm like, what the fuck? My vertigo was all fucked up. I like it's going to fall down. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I've never recovered. I mean, I was doing so good. I was so physical, my doctors and everything. And then, of course, a year after that, you know, and I'm telling people I'm bleeding. I'm going to emergency rooms. I went to Ogden Regional Medical Center. I'm just bleeding. I'm like, something's the matter with me. You know, we ran a test on, you know, as I collapsed in my yard. I don't know how I didn't die. Open heart surgery, place aortic valve. I mean, this identical symptoms. I'm telling you, it happened to me. And I reported it, you know, in 2016. It was March of 2016. I'll never forget it. Fucking boom. Exactly, you know, it took 60 minutes, 2,188 days to report what Kevin Blanchett did in the first hour in regard to Fukushima, Leslie Stahl, Lake Barrett. This woman who works right next to the White House that's coming down the stairs, she's not the only one. Thank you for coming forward. You know, Havana syndrome, it's been widely reported. It's been widely, I don't know what it is, but people thought I sounded crazy. But I'm telling you, it happened to me that day. That day. You know, and there's other people that are reporting that it happened to them at the Bernie Sanders rally. Right there. This is the place monument. This is the nuclear waste place. I mean, so I wanted to put this up. Thank you to this woman. I mean, really high-ranking credentials as long as my arm. By the way, there's a new one in our list. Scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're stumped, they're mystified as far as the Pacific Ocean collapse and the ecology collapse. Their new one is nervous. They're nervous about the Stillhead run. Nervous. They've collapsed 99% on most rivers. Fraser, freaking Jedediah Smith. You know, there's no dams on the Jedediah Smith. And I mean, they're just dying at sea. Nervous is their new one. But thank you to this young woman for coming forward. Again, this exact identical thing happened to me. And I've never recovered. I mean, you can even look at the videos of me. Fuck, I was a physical beast, man. You know, coming out of that cancer, that fight. You know, and then it was March 2016. It was that day. I was at the Bernie Sanders rally right up front. And then I was at the Trump rally in Salt Lake City. It was the day that Weber State lost in the tournament with that great team. It was that day, and I'll never forget it. Nothing like it has ever. I mean, I'm just standing there and just walking, and I'm like, boom, fucking. I'm like, what just happened to me? And her symptoms exactly the identical as my symptoms. I'm like, I lost my vertigo. I mean, it's like, what the fuck just hit me? What the fuck? And I've never recovered all the way. It's been a fucking fight. You know the journey, people. It's been well documented. Thank you for coming forward. I mean, and like I said, you watch the 60 Minutes piece and you tell me her credentials. She's as credible as they get. Wow. And she's not the only one. Stay tuned. You know what my theories on her, you know. So I call myself Kevin Blanch, a Russian woodpecker on a picnic. You know, that debuted in Ogden. That film, and everybody thought he was nuts, didn't they? I don't think he's nuts now. That's back when the Sundance Film Festival used to do real stuff. Put this in your film fest. You know, that film, you know about the book, The Russian Picnic, you know about the Russian Woodpecker. That film debuted right here in Ogden. I mean, the irony of it all. I don't know what. You know what my theory is on it, but I can't say that here. I can't, you know. Thank you. Stay tuned. Oh, God. Come on, Robin Hood. There she is. pull back the veil.